All right, gang. So in this tutorial, we're going to go over the options chain. Now, as options traders, the options chain is our playground. So let's go ahead and get into it while I introduce you guys to the options chain. Now, we're right here on our monitor tab. Again, as you log into your account, this is the screen that you normally will see every day that you log in. What I actually want to do is give us some more screen real estate as we cover the options chain. So I'm going to click this button here to get rid of our sidebars here. And then we're going to go straight to the trade tab so that we can access the options chain. All right. So this here, under the trade tab, under the all products tab, I do have Apple, which is our stock ticker that we have in here, which is the underline. The underline is Apple. And if you look at this bar here, it says underline. If I click it down, you can see that it gives me the options to be able to go in here and buy and sell stocks. So that's what that's for. We won't need that here. The trade grid, pretty similar thing, allows you to buy stocks right here from the options chain trade grid here. Options chain is where we're going to be spending our time at. Let me skip that for a second because product depth is here, just in case you're asking. It's going to give you a nice little chart, some implied volatility information, some statistical information on that. More than likely, you will not be using that. Options chain here. This is what we're going to be using. So as I click that, you'll see a bunch of different dates and numbers that list down. But this is what the options chain looked like. And just to pick it apart here just a tad bit, you do have filters in here. You more than likely wouldn't be using those. You have spreads. If you want to highlight the spreads, and you more than likely won't use that, so just leave that where it's at. The layout, you should have the layout, the custom Wall Street Jack Boys layout in the Thinkorswim tutorial. So if you haven't done that, make sure you go back to the Thinkorswim tutorial so that you can get the configuration of the options chain. Or you could just see what I have here, pause the video, and then implement it yourself. So this should already be set up for you right now. So on the options chain, each little ledger here is an expiration series for the options. So these are the contracts, like our coupons. Example, basically, these will be different sets of coupons that expire at different times in the future. And so as you click on these, you will actually open up the options auction block where the auction goes down. So this is what happens when you do that. And I can click it back up and it goes back in, and I can go down to the next one. Same thing. What I want to do is actually go to the this one here, 15 May 20. And just so you see what's going on, this is telling me that these options on this ledger will expire May 15th of 2020. And then this here says 51. This is just letting me know we have 51 days before that happens. And the 100 lets me know that we have 100 shares per contract. And there you have it. It's got a little highlight that says shares per contract and dollar value. So 100 shares per contract. Why is this important? Because, yeah, there are other types of options like minis. We haven't really covered that, and we don't need to, but there are options that can give you 50 shares of stock. We wouldn't be covering those. Most of these wouldn't be present. So most of the options, in fact, all of the options that we're trading are going to have 100 on it. So that's, why it has it listed there. Just to avoid any confusion, they have it typed out right there. And you see I got a little green little tab here that says POS, that stands for position. It's letting me know that I have a position in this option series here. So we're going to click on that. I'm going to open it up. And in this options chain, I can scroll down and you can see how my headers up here, they stay the same as I'm scrolling. They don't move. And these headers are the ones that we set in the layout. So in the options chain, we have a layout. In our layout, we will always be paying attention to delta, the volume, open interest, probability of out of the money, mark price, bid, and ask. And this is on the left side and also on the right side. Okay, and we'll cover these more in depth throughout the course, but understand that this is what's listed on our options chain. And the strikes here, we'll cover this as well, but yours is more than likely doesn't have as many as I have, so I'll probably put it at like 4. Yours may look like this. It may look something similar to this. And all we have to do is, if we want to see more options, strike prices, we can just go in here and then we can actually click that and type in how many we want to see. I can say 10. It really doesn't give you a lot of options, when you have low numbers. So try to keep it at around like 30 at least. Sometimes you see me having like 100, right? So if I have 30 listed, I can now see the series that I chose, which is just this 185 up here. In fact, let me just go to 50. 50 is even better. All right. So on this options chain, this is what we have. In this expiration series, as you guys can see, the deltas, these are part of the Greeks, and we have them listed. We have the volume listed that lets us, see, what's going on with these transactions, the open interest. All of this we're going to cover in a class, but I want you to see, understand that this is the options chain itself, and this is where it's going to be going down at. And we're going to break down each piece of this thing so that you understand what's going on in the next classes. Also, before we leave, you see we have a position tab here. So once we have a position established, it'll also be listed here. So you don't have to even go back to the monitor tab. It's right here on the trade tab. You have positions right here on this particular underline. It's listed right here. And when we place our order, you see this little tab here. We click that. We can actually place, our orders here, and it, gives you a nice summary of what's going on. So we'll break that down even further. But all of these things are accessible right here on the options chain. All right. So catch you guys in the next video. Peace.